It is a beautiful day for a big catch, and you know what they say? Good things come to those who bait. Bait is the secret to catching a big one here on the island, so you can take a big prize fish home to feed your family. Putting the needs of your family over your own needs does not always come naturally, but is important. You know, there's a story of a woman in the Bible named Ruth who put her family first. She was married to a man, and they lived in a country named Moab. Unfortunately, Ruth's husband and her father-in-law died, leaving her and her husband's mom, Naomi, all alone. Naomi tried to convince Ruth that the best thing that she can do was to return home to her parents in Moab. But Ruth put Naomi's needs first and insisted on staying with Naomi. So she decided to live with Naomi, and they moved to Israel. She wanted Naomi's family to be her family, and for Naomi's God to be her God. Fortunately, it was harvest time when Ruth and Naomi arrived. Naomi had a family member named Boaz, and he was a very important man. To get food, Ruth went to work for Boaz's fields to gather grain from the workers as they dropped little pieces behind that she could pick up. Ruth worked very hard from morning to night. So one day, Boaz visited the fields and began speaking to the workers when he noticed Ruth. Boaz heard about what she had done for Naomi and how hard she worked. Boaz told Ruth to come to his field every day where she could work as long as she wanted and drink from his water jars whenever she was thirsty. Boaz could put himself first and kept all his stuff, but he knew Ruth needed food to take care of her mother-in-law. Naomi was so happy to see all the grains that Ruth was able to collect from the fields. So Naomi came up with a plan for Ruth to go to Boaz when he was sleeping near a pile of grain. Ruth lay down at his feet, and when Boaz woke up, he asked her who she was. So Ruth told him she was his servant and that he was her family. Boaz knew he should protect Ruth and that she should become his wife. Now Boaz had to do several things to make sure he could marry Ruth, and he did each one. Boaz put Ruth's needs first and brought her into their family by making her his wife. So, what can you do to put your family first? Do you need to help your mom when she's bringing groceries instead of playing video games? Or when your little brother is sick, you can do his chores so he can rest? There are a lot of small things that we can do to put others first, and when we do, it shows God how much we love Him. God wants my family to put others first.